maybe I want to talk about this first, because I don't always want to talk about the beginning of the person's life first. Sometimes I want to talk about the end of their life first. I want to talk about how they ended and then help people get there by going back to the beginning. So I write that down, and then I make that outline, and then I go back and I start doing other research. I pick up the big adult books. I go over and I find a book, and this is what I would do for the two that are doing specifically a time period, is I go to the chronology that's in that book. That's the other reason I like children's books. The chronology in the children's books, the timeline. I print out this timeline, I make a copy of it, and then I go online, so I use the websites and internet. I go online and say timeline, American timeline, or world timeline, and I find out things that are kind of interesting that happened between this person's birth and their death. Because that's all I can ever know. They didn't know anything after their death, because they died. They didn't know anything before they were born. They can talk about it, but they weren't there while it was happening. Okay? So that's what I try to do. And then I start using other things. I use newspaper articles. I use the Library of Congress website, the most important website on the face of the earth if you are going to do research. The Library of Congress website. I love it because it has everything on it. Your teachers are so excited I'm saying that to you. So that's really good because it is a wonderful website. To spend some time learning. I've used articles that are written by third persons, people that weren't there but have knowledge of that. I use pictures. Pictures are very important. They give me a sense of what was around that person. What did they see? What in the world did Burnham? What in the world did Burnham? How in the world did he see? Moving that whole thing out to sea, basically, moving that whole platform out there. What was